Hello, this is Eric. Thank you for joining today. We're going to look at exporting our settings for Archive Manager, which is the central administration console for Data Store Shield Enterprise Protection Server. So from here, Archive Manager lets us manage our storage, which has one or more stores where our archive restore points are stored on disk. We also might have remote computers configured here that are under protection with their own protection plans, local plans, as well as store tasks like the copy task, exploration and purge, or vaulting if we're going to go ahead and vault data to cloud or tape storage. All of these configuration settings we want to save in case we lose this server that's hosting Archive Manager and we need to recover the system. So the software permits us to export our settings. We go to the Archive Manager properties and we notice though that we must first configure vaulting before changing our export settings. So we're going to walk through configuring vaulting, setting up a cloud account to store the export zip files, and then come back and go ahead and fill out this export settings tab. Then we will be able to import our exported settings on a new server should we have a disaster where we have to recover the entire server. So to configure vaulting, we click on the storage node in the left pane and configure vaulting in the actions pane. Our first choice is to choose a cache location. So briefly, vaulting allows us to take the restore points in their deduplicated state on disk in one of our stores and write it out to tape or cloud storage for redundancy and longer term storage. The first choice is the cache. The cache is the location where we stage data that is going to be written to tape or cloud. We also store information about what has been vaulted already there. And then if we're going to restore data from the cloud or tape, we put that data restore point on the cache location initially. So we want to choose a volume that has a fair amount of free disk space to be the cache location. So we click Next. Vaulting requires encryption for cloud vaulting. It is not required for tape vaulting. In this case, we are going to save our export settings to the cloud. So I'm just going to enter an encryption passphrase, and this is a critical piece of information that you will want to share with another person in your organization and store off-site so that if you do need to recover the Archive Manager server, you can enter the passphrase for your encrypted data in the cloud and decrypt that data. Otherwise, your vaulted data is useless. I'm going to initialize and click Next. I'm also going to enter an owner ID. We click Finish, and then we're done configuring vaulting. So now we're going to go back to Archive Manager Properties, go to the Export Settings tab, and the Modify Schedule button has become active. We can create a schedule. For our example, we're saving to a cloud account. We don't have one yet, so we'll cancel here and configure the cloud account. Click on Cloud Storage in the left pane, and we now have an action in the right-hand pane to add a cloud account. You do have to create an account with Amazon S3 storage through the software. You cannot use your own pre-existing S3 account. This provides an additional layer of security because the data can only be accessed through the software. So we're going to highlight the new account icon, click Add, and then click the link to create cloud storage account. This opens a web page that takes us to the AWS Amazon web page. And you're going to click the radio button that says I am a new user, and then click the yellow button or orange button to go ahead and add a password and create a new account. Since I have an account in place, I'm just going to go ahead and enter my account information. So you'll be looking for this activation key at the end of creating your new account. You're going to copy that, and then we'll go back to our user interface and paste it into the Add Account window. Then we're just going to give a friendly name to our cloud account, any name you choose. Check the box to use SSL and go ahead and check your connection. So if you see the green check mark, that means communication was successfully tested. And now we have our Datastore Cloud account in the white box. We return now to the properties of the Archive Manager and select the radio button to save to a cloud account, and Datastore Cloud, our new account, is populated there. The final option is to decide how many of the export zip files to keep, and I'll go ahead and choose 4. We're saving 1 a week for 4 weeks. And then the oldest restore point, the software will automatically remove. So that's it. We have completed our configuration of exporting our Archive Manager settings